Hello, my name is Ryan Bowers. I will be discussing a photograph that I've chosen for argument discussion 5. The picture is a giant picnic table that goes across the U.S. and Mexican border, the south border to be specific. And it's basically the picnic table is a set of eyes. So when you look at it from above, you'll see the image of the border going across, and then you see the eyes going across the border. Um, it's also a picnic table. Hundreds of people gathered around this, and they also conducted a meal across the U.S. and Mexican border. The major premise of this, I feel, is that there's a transparency among borders is a human issue. That these people are there to provide that the borders should be more transparent. They don't have to be as rigid as the current administration has made them. The minor premise is that this is represented through the eyes that are going across for the issue. This kind of implements that the artist was trying to convey a feeling of human nature to this issue. That when there are different forms of hate and brutality amongst these borders, that we're realizing that we're human on both sides. So I feel like that kind of brings it down to the conclusion. The previous knowledge is knowing that there is a U.S. and a Mexican border crisis going on right now due to the current administration that is conducting raids and ICE raids of illegal immigrants here in the U.S. The claim of the image is that we're all human. We should not let borders prohibit us from interacting with each other. I find that the eyes simply imply something that is so human in all of us. Eyes are basically something that we all share, and yet the walls interfere with what's making us human. The image is responding to a much larger issue of border control in the U.S. and Mexico, between the U.S. and Mexico. The argument's stakeholders, it has multiple within the bounds of the U.S. government and the Mexican government to see exactly how they're going to reach a conclusion in order to either provide transparency amongst the borders or to increase higher security along the border. The audiences for this are really the general public, and it can be perceived two ways. For those who are for immigration reform, this is a picture that may not speak to them as clearly, but for people who are for more transparent borders, this may bring to light a deeper issue for them. And for this argument is supported by an analogy. I feel if you look at the image, it's an analogy within it. Once you look at it, and the argument uses inductive reasoning because both premises validate the conclusion within this picture. But other than that, I'm excited to see what's going on with this class, and I feel like this picture genuinely kind of embodies everything that was asked in argument number 5.